Hello, my name is Carx82, and welcome back to our GregTech New Horizons Season 2. I am currently finally getting around to crafting up a Charm of Dislocation. I'm not doing the next tier up because unfortunately we do need the Draconic thing for that. We'll get to that, I promise. I promise we'll get to it someday. There is always so much other stuff to do. So I'm crafting this up, and I do need one of these Draconic cores. Fortunately, you can get them really easily with the Draconic Fusion Crafter, or very, very rarely with the Space Elevator. Unfortunately, I do need another one of these to... Actually, I don't need to. I was thinking I would need to get another one, but I can actually just craft it with the schematic. No. Anyway. So I was thinking I was going to have to run this to get a second one. I was worried about using it, but as you can see, of all the time I've been running this, I literally have like one Draconic or 102 of those, so it is very rare, but alright, we'll get to that when we get to it. I was thinking I was going to have to get a second one. For some reason I was thinking you like duplicated it in a process. Alright, so I'm just going to do that, and then... Alright, cool. Go. That'll just dump it in there. I don't have it automated or anything like that. Oh, shoot. Just threw my stone blocks away. Didn't realize they had changed location in my inventory. I actually don't know what mod is doing that. Sometimes I click something and it like switches the item. I don't know. It's probably inventory tweaks or something like that. I just don't know what button actually does it. I've never noticed. Alright, cool. Easy enough. But what's not easy enough is not having an extra one of these anywhere. Do I have one I could just borrow? I can always just switch it back, I guess. I just don't have like one that I can do manually. Alright, easy enough. And we switched it back. So we should have a charm in here. Now, I haven't actually used this in a very long time, and I don't know if I've ever used it in 1.7, so... Alright. Does it need... I don't remember. Does this need, like, ender pearls? No. Ah. It has uses, though. I know the other one... Don't you fill... You fill this with, yeah, you fill that with ender pearls. Alright. What I wanted to do is run over to... We'll use this sparingly. We'll use it for when I do the space elevator traveling. I have crafted up, set to craft up 68 of these overnight. I do need 100 more. Now I do need to figure out, there's one little, I need to figure out my transcendent metal business because I've changed the recipes and it's screwing it up. So I'll figure that out. But first I wanted to check out I wanted to make sure the Dysons were working, because we are really dropping power. I know we're running like crazy amounts, and I have been kind of holding off on upgrading, because we're almost there with our Eye of Harmony. But it doesn't look like the power is, like, it doesn't look like it's adjusted at all. So I'm like, are we actually creating power? Is the Eye of Harmony running? Like, draining it? I don't really know. So, yeah, I just wanted to do that. All right, they are actually working. Is it? Yeah. Yeah, it's working. I'm just draining it faster than we're producing. We're producing about 700 billion. Just under 700 billion. I'm just using more, like way more than we're producing. So, all right. That could be a little bit of an issue. Yeah, probably should have crafted up these this charm earlier. But it is what it is. I'll put that away so I don't actually click on it and use it up. 18 more uses. All right. So I do need to figure out transcendent metal. Now, as we know, we are switching over to the final one that does this. And it's like a circular recipe. Obviously, the Tesseracts require the transcendent metal, so I'm just trying to figure out how I want to go about doing that. So I'm thinking I might actually do, let's do a buffer. And do I still have a mold recipe? I haven't done them in a while. Oh, actually, is it the rod? I'm thinking we will melt down the thing and then we'll flutes. Oh, actually, I actually do have it. I don't remember crafting up that rod recipe. Maybe for... Actually, I don't remember. Was it for, like, infinity? It might have been for one of those infinity tools I crafted up a little while back. That's the extractor. Oh. For some reason, the solidifier is over here, you know. All the other ones are over there. Solidifier over here for some reason. Alright, Alright, we don't actually use that anymore. That used to be for the fusion reactors. I'm just going to do that. – 21, 22. So 22. That goes in there. We should have enough channels. It looks like we do. Yeah. This is one of the few I still have P2P tunnel going into the base. I've switched most of them to wireless. Alright, so then we will do this, do that. I do need to take the transcendent. Actually, it sticks out pretty easily. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I was debating whether maybe increasing the recipe size. Instead of 1-to-1, maybe 2-to-2 or something like that. Alright, so there's that. And then I'll do... Let's see, how do I have... I've had these set for so long, it's like... When you start messing with the recipes, it's... Yes, we have the blocks there. I'll remove that. And then I will do think we'll do... Yeah, I think I'll do that. So you craft that up, melt it down. I still don't know if this is going to work. I think what we're going to do is, instead of having the... doing it this way, I think what we'll do is craft up the blocks and then melt them down. All right, let me let me think about how I want to do this. Because we are actually going to get dust as well. We don't really ever use this in dust form. And the problem with this is it's harder to auto smelt this. Because it requires, you know, molten titan steel and supercoolant, so the dust is a little bit more complicated. Alright, so what I think I might do is leave the metal ingot recipe in. I don't know if I still haven't fully decided how I want to do this, but I think what I'll do is leave that recipe in, and then we'll use the rods, because the rods are what is used in the Tesseract recipe. Maybe we will switch that recipe from the ingot to rod recipe, and we'll switch that to the solidifier recipe. I think that's maybe what we'll do. Will that actually work? All right. Yeah, so that melted that down. That should solidify it. I forgot to turn it back on. I actually don't know what the parallel is for that. We could upgrade that recipe or that multi-block too. It's not as fast as possible. All right, so we are still pulverizing this down. I want to turn this off. This was... We'll move that at... I don't remember if we still do that. I think we do, actually. Are bees? Yeah, bees are still running. So we'll do that. And then that. Now, the one thing is, since we're not running it permanently, we are kind of using more stellar catalyst than we need, but then I'll do... All right, yeah, see, there's like a circular recipe in here somewhere. It's the... Because it needs to craft up... It needs the molten liquid to craft it up, and it can't craft it up without the molten, like, it needs, yeah, anyway, it can't craft up the liquid without that. So I think I need to start out, yes, we'll do this maybe. Maybe this is what we'll do. So that will automatically melt that down. And we should have enough, yeah, now we have enough molten. We have enough molten metal to craft up more. and then it will craft those up and then melt it down. And now we have even more to... Now we have 90,000. So I could probably do 33, like 2 crafts. Alright, so if we just tell the A system to craft up more, that's what we'll do, I think. And then if I want to craft up all those dusts, we'll just craft them up. Maybe that. It just does seem a little silly. Maybe... Yeah, the one thing I just don't know what to do with the extra dust, because we actually do, this recipe gives metal dust as well, so, like, the only use for it would be smelting. But it's just a bit more complicated to auto set up multiple things. I can't just, like, dump it in the thing, unless I keep that stuff stocked with Titan Steel and all that, which maybe we will. Alright, I think I like that. So instead of doing that tesseract thing, we'll switch it over to the blocks. But we have to start small, otherwise it won't have enough for that huge craft. And then as we stock more and more of the transcendent metal, we can do bigger and bigger crafts, I think. Alright, there it goes. Turning on. And then it'll dump that in the A system, it'll complete that craft, and then it'll melt it down, and then it's like, oh, we need more. And it'll start crafting out more. So I think I'll leave that, and then I can slowly increase the craft size of that from... I mean, I guess it should be 40 or something like that. And that should get, like, pretty fast, I think. Yeah, so there it goes. Alright, I think I'm happy with that. I'm just gonna switch this to, like, 40 or something like that. Alright. I like that. So I'm going to craft up the parts for this. I'm not going to... I just don't want to lose anything if this like really starts dropping. So I'm going to make sure I have everything for... I have the majority of this. Like the fusion and all that stuff. I have all the parts, but... there's all the fusions. I don't think I have the photonic cells. I have the compact fusion coils, I have the quantums, I might not have those, so I'll craft up all those. 8 times 100, so I need 800 of those, so we'll do that. And then hopefully we'll come back and this won't fully run out before we get this upgraded. That would be a little annoying. I might have to let the world run a little bit, but alright, there we go. We'll do that. I don't know if this is... Yeah, this is still running. I hope this isn't draining. It does say it's actually producing power. I don't know if... I just had a thought. Does it dump all this power? Does that dump all the power in the wireless network after the craft is finished? Like, am I literally draining... I may just be draining power to run this thing. Now that I'm thinking about it, I may have just been running it with power from the wireless network, and that's why I was draining so fast. And maybe when it finishes the craft, it'll output it. That is why you want to upgrade the time dilations, because that speeds up the recipe. So it'll dump it in faster. You can't overclock it either. By overclocking it, it reduces the amount of power it uses with each overclock. So you can't speed it up that way. You really have to upgrade it. All right, I may have actually just been draining more power as well. But I don't know the actual mechanics of that. Okay, so let me get this crafted up. See, it's actually like changing now. It wasn't changing before. I think I was actually just draining the power. That's kind of funny. All right, like I said, we'll be back. Okay, I have gone ahead and crafted up all the singular parts, just so we didn't go too crazy on our power, and it does look like we are going to be okay. It didn't drop as much as I thought it was going to. So I crafted up 25 before to see how it worked, and it wasn't too bad. So I've gone ahead and crafted up the last 75 of it. So this will be the fully upgraded tier 9 Gallifreyan thing. We are doing, almost 1 trillion EU per tick, but when it's the only thing running, it's not too terrible. It's when you have like all the stuff running, the DTPFs running and the blast furnaces running and a whole bunch of the assembly lines that all do kind of crazy bouts of power is when it really, really drops. So I just kind of slowed down just a bit to knock these out. Now it is going to take a little bit of real time, so we'll get this crafted up and we will come back. Okay, we are back. Got a little weirdness with the render rate. It's like see-through. It didn't, like the big sphere didn't go away, so I quit the world and rejoined to see if that fixed it, and now it's like half invisible. It made it really difficult to switch these out because there was a giant sphere, like a dark sphere you couldn't see through. But I'm hoping that it will be okay when we start this thing up. Okay, we done? Is that it? Do we have a fully upgraded Eye of Harmony tier 9? Holy cow. This took, I don't even know when I started doing it, but I feel like it's been like 20 episodes at least. Yep, there we go. It is done. Alright, so what we'll do is start filling this up. And then see what happens when it turns on. It is gonna take a little bit of time. It's once these get going, they are pretty good. Also, King had mentioned the pumps version 3. Are we there yet? Double Eternity, UMV, Black Dwarf, White Dwarf. Hey, we can actually craft these up. We should do something about that. Switch out the things. Yeah, also upgrade the things. All right, there we go. I hear it turning on. All right, 1400 seconds. Let's see what this bad boy does. There we go. 12 trillion EU per tick. All right, so as we could see, the recipe success chance is like 5%. But yes, I think we're going to get this much power when it finishes the craft, which is 1452 seconds. So I don't think it's dumping it in the thing. I'm like, are we going to run out of power before it fills it back up? I don't think so. I think that was from crafting up those 100 things. We dropped about half. All right, so it doesn't. Yeah, I'm still not fully sure how the thing works. I feel like it maybe draws from the wireless network, and then at the end of the craft, it will drop all the power into the thing. Although I could have sworn it was 27 trillion. Maybe it was 12. I don't know. Grade 8? What? Those aren't 8, those are 9. Alright. Did I do something? I don't think I did something wrong. I mean, obviously, this is tier 9. Well, maybe, is it 8? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's 9. Yeah, it's 9 for sure. I'm not fully sure. But I guess we'll see when this craft is finished. All right. It did finish. I missed it, unfortunately. But let's go see if this has boosted the... Yes, it has. All right, cool. So that is that amount. I dumped that in our wireless network. I do think it was down to 800, so... Oh, is it? I just realized what it's doing. All right, let me do this again. It's really annoying that we have to keep doing this, but hopefully this is the last time we have to look at the things. So we're doing the tier 10. Not. There it is. Yes. All right. So what it does is, to start it, it draws the entire amount. So that would have been up to about like 1.9. It drew 700 something. And then when it finished, it dumped the whole amount in. All right. So it's not like a continuous... It's not like continuously producing the power. It draws that amount and then dumps that amount in at the end. I never really kind of understood how that worked. It just kind of clicked. But yeah, that is pretty dang good. So 12 trillion EU per tick we are producing, as opposed to the 700 billion. So much better. I'm gonna let that run and fill that stuff up. And I was thinking, actually, I don't know. We'll let it run, because now we don't have this sped up. Yeah, we don't have this sped up. It means the pumps are running. Yeah, it means these are running for like 1500 seconds, filling back up with hydrogen, as opposed to doing it like continuously filling this stuff up. All right, let me stop the thing. It's funny, I can't play like that. I've been playing on large scale for so long, I can't play like that. Yeah, so that is going to be like 1500 seconds that's going to be filling up. So I don't know. I am kind of curious if we are... how much we're producing, but I think we might be getting close, or we can craft the tier 3. Eco, black dwarf, white dwarf, electric pump, Double eternity plate. Wow, that's like cheap. That's like really cheap now. Also, transcendent metal. I turned it off. We have 77,000 of the ingots, and I had it turned off. I was doing 4,000 blocks at once. Oh. Shoot. I always do that wrong. 10,000 blocks. Is it going to do 4,000? It might have just... Yeah, it did the 4,000 blocks. All right. So I think I'm going to let that run and do its thing a few times. Not a few times. I'll let it fill up for quite a while. Now that we're like rolling in the power. All right. So we got that. We'll update the pack within the next episode or two, I think. Now that we have the Eye of Harmony producing power, I don't have to worry about Dysons and quantum computers and all that computation kind of stuff. So yeah, that tier 3 pumps. Mark 5 motors. UXV. Wireless hatches. We got all the things going on now. Now that we are at... Yeah, now that we have the tier 9 fully upgraded Eye of Harmony, which is pretty amazing. I don't think this has changed. No. Did it? No, that's what it used to look like with the tier 10. Man, that's so cool. But, alright, anyway, new power gen. So that is going to be it for today. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.